Nigerians, wake up from your slumber and defend yourself. For what he's saying now has gone beyond the police, has gone beyond the DSS. It's now beyond the military themselves. And these are the uniform men that are signed, whose duty is to protect our lives, whose duty is to protect our property. It baffles me so much that this kind of news is flying in a country like this. We are thinking of on how to fix this country, how to make things work, how to put things together, and how we can live together in peace, joy, and harmony. But these people called the Fulani herdsmen and Nigerian military doesn't want to listen, and they don't want to do the needful, what we need to do together, so that I think they are crying, they are saying that Igbo should remain together with Nigeria. With this movement and this act, excuse me, my brother, I want to know, let Nigerian military tell me what they really want from the Easterners. Let the Fulanis tell me what they really want. What kind of mindset did they have concerning Igbo people? Actually, I want to know. Because you can see, how can a full loaded 2 lorries being escorted by military men, escorting them from, only God knows where they are coming from. Remember what the governor of Benue State said. You understand? No. The current governor of Benue State, he said the people that come to Benue to kill people are foreigners. The ones that migrated from Mali, they are not even Nigerian Fulanis. Then see these ones now, 2 loaded lorries going down to Imo State, being escorted by Nigerian military. No, excuse me, it's alarming and it's annoying. It is too obvious that Nigerian military are escorting 2 loaded Fulanis, herdsmen, down to East. On what purpose? And at what mission are they going? Thank God that they were being cut up at the Ihiala junction. And you know, Ihiala is a junction, is a place of Anambra State. Once you cross this Ihiala, the next place is an Imo State, direct. And you know, ever since, for a very long time now, you know, Imo State have never had enjoyed peace. Ever since Opu Sorema ascended the throne as a governor. And now, we are talking about having peace. We are talking about doing things right. We are talking about putting things together. We are talking about at least let every state have their peace. Now, they were being escorted now by the Nigerian military. You see the reason why I said that even in our military now, we are not safe. Because Boko Haram, in the name of repentancy, have taken over Nigerian military. And that is why, because they have taken over Nigerian military, they have taken over everything concerning Nigeria military equipment, military gun, military armor tank, military bullet, everything about military. They are now full control. So escorting, they can escort anything escortable that related and pertain to their people, just to achieve their selfish interest. And what was that selfish interest? To Islamize Nigeria and to Fulanize Nigeria. But why? That is the question. Why should it be? We are talking on how the country should have peace. We are talking about everybody having peace in your region. Let the trading go peacefully. Let things work out peacefully. Let there be joy. Let there be happiness. Let Nigerians enjoy Nigeria. Let Nigerians enjoy the resources of Nigeria. Let Nigerians enjoy the one that the politicians still remain for us. Even they cannot even make way or provide for us. The farmer, those that go to farm, at least after farming, that will come out and bring 1 or 2 things to the market for us to buy. Now the herdsmen have made sure that all of them, nobody is alive again to farm. Look at what happened in Kebbi State, Taraba. Look at all this. Why? And all these people are being escorted again. Where are we actually going to? Did Nigeria actually have a vision? Did Nigeria actually have a vision? Where are we going? That is the question. Where are we going? After now, where are we going? What do we intend to achieve with all this? After killing all the Nigerians, who and who are going to live in the same country called Nigeria? In this country called Nigeria, who and who are going to live as a Nigerian? If all the Nigerians are being fired, if all Nigerians are being sentenced to early death and sentenced to early grave by these people called herdsmen, see, it is the high time that Nigeria government, the politicians should wake up and do the needful and do the right thing and do what they're supposed to do to curb these incessant killings.
So what do you think they should do?
What they have to do?
What do you think they should do?
They think they need to do now is to flush all the Boko Haram, whether repented and unrepented ones. Flush them out of our uniform men, both in the police, both in the military, in DSS, every corner. You can see what Mr. Ajayi, the director of the DSS, the Department of State Security Service. You can see, you can hear what he said. What make him to make that statement? That means he himself, the thing have choked him like this. He has been choked up. You understand? That was why he shouted and he screamed. He opened up. Nigerians, wake up from your slumber and defend yourself. For what he's saying now has gone beyond the police, has gone beyond the DSS. It's now beyond the military themselves. And these are the uniform men that are signed, whose duty is to protect our lives, whose duty is to protect our property, whose duty is to make sure that we are in a safety place, we are in a safety land, we are in a safety ground, we are in a safety country. We're supposed to be proud of this country. But instead of being proud of Nigeria, everybody is looking for a way to jackpot. Even the uniform men are done the jackpot. The police, everybody now, if they see a way now, bam, they don't travel. The place you are running to, is it not another man's country? Is it not another man's land? Who made it to be so? Now, human being like me and you. If their own politicians, their own leaders, handle that country the way our leaders are handling Nigeria, will you be running to that place? No, let us be sincere and let us tell ourselves the truth. Will you be running to the place? That is the question. So it is the high time that these herdsmen issues and herdsmen group of companies, or these herdsmen, that they are, whether they are using them to make money or what, I don't really know. But they should be seriously checkmate, and they should be seriously cut short and cut off. Cut them short and cut them off. They are not meant to live or to dwell in our society because we don't have like mind. Their way of thinking and their way of reasoning is quite different from our own thinking and our own reasoning. So they should be expelled from this country so that we can have our peace. Before we sleep, we relax, we go to farm. I remember back in many years ago, we go to farm, we sleep in the farm. Overnight, self, to continue the farming job, farming work. But today, my brother, they don't born you where to go to farm in the daybreak, not to talk of sleeping over. Why? Because of what? The group called themselves herdsmen. And all these herdsmen, I don't really understand, I must tell you the truth. If Nigerian politicians are not involved, I believe that these herdsmen, you know, their coat should have been cut into the original size that they are wearing. But having said all this, it is the high time that we all Nigerians, that all the Nigerians should rise up and stop this. And it is the high time that the Biafrans should rise up in their land and wake up and protect their land, protect their fatherland, protect their ancestral land, protect the God-given blessing home. A stranger must not come and spoil our land. Are you hearing me? A stranger, a total stranger, because Fulanis are what they are, total strangers in this country. They must not come to Biafra land and spoil the blessings, the joy, the harmony that God has blessed us with, which we have been enjoying before the colonial masters came to introduce an unneedable collision in the name of amalgamation to merge us together and give us a name that our forefathers did not give us. Nigger area. What's the meaning of nigger area? Nigger is a name of a pet. White man pet. And that was the name that they give Nigeria and Nigeria because English is not our language. We don't understand English. They give us nigger area. We welcome it as a name of a country. But God Almighty will help us this time. All this military Boko Haram that are escorting herdsmen down to east, to be precise, Imo State. The time has come. God bless you.
Okay, but we saw the president, initiate a project called, clear or safeguard clear the forest or something like that. A new initiative that he said the youth and the people should safeguard the forest. About 1,500 forests in Nigeria. But we've not seen this initiative or this project being effective. People have not really. What do you think that? Do you think that the government should not put it in place so that this Fulani bandit or
the government, let me tell you, when as a government or governor or president or whosoever office, whichever office you are, in charge of or you are controlling, when you are making a speech or giving an order, please let that order be carried out with what? Action. I don't believe in speaking, I believe in action. Ever since he said it, what has happened? No action. That means what he said is just a political statement. It's not really part of, agenda. So he doesn't have any plan concerning that. He doesn't have any plan or any mission towards that. He only said it for the people to hear. Because Nigerians always want to wake up and hear one kind of news in order to deceive them. It's a political statement. And having said this, you will agree with me. You can see how many people has come out. How effective is he working now? Why is herdsmen being escorted by Nigerian military Boko Haram down to east? If not by the grace of God, they were being cut short at the Ihiala Johnson. And say when after Ihiala, they don't enter already Imo State. But my brother, God will definitely. It is the high time youth of the Biafrans wake up from your slumber and stop what is coming before you, before they stop you.
Must respect equality of states and the right of people for self-determination. And they also mentioned the United Nations General Assembly resolutions, and this is clear that what they mean is the series of resolutions which they passed after the beginning of the special military operation, and which demand condemnation of Russia. Russia get out of Ukraine territory in 1991 borders. But there are other United Nations General Assembly resolutions which were not voted, but which were consensual. And among them is a declaration on principles of relations between states on the basis of the Charter. And it clearly says, by consensus, everybody must respect territorial integrity of states whose governments respect the right of people for self-determination, and because of that, represent the entire population living on a given territory.
Hello, good afternoon, viewers. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Actually, my girl, let's look at this surprise move. Russia moved to support Biafra. In a surprise move, the foreign affairs minister from Russia made it very clear to countries of the world, to UN, to European Union, that going forward, start respecting self-determination. We know that once you talk of self-determination globally, the first thing that comes to mind is Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu. How does it come to you, sir?
You saw what the development already. Russia, Finland has severe ties, and of course, we are looking at Nigeria at the same time, because Russia is gradually building, another bloc within Africa, and having gotten some some African countries. You can see what is happening now. Any moment from now, Ghana is leaving ECOWAS. So many countries are leaving ECOWAS. So Russia is targeting a new bloc in Africa, and that is why you are seeing massive, support on issue that has to do with Biafra recognition, to be part of the Sahel revolution. So it is a done deal already. There's nothing you can do about it. In as much as the Russian foreign minister has acknowledged the Biafran charter that was delivered directly to Moscow, so it's a good one. And not only that, Russia too want to send a strong signal to Finland, giving the continuous the trial of Samani Bada regime on 30th May, the Biafra Day, which is very significant to the people of the Biafras all over the world. So I do not know why the Finnish government, through the same day, over 6 million people were murdered to resume or to kickstart Samani Bada's trial. But that is the angle where people are feeling that Russia has already, to an extent, blocked their whatever diplomatic ties they are going to have with Finland, neither now or in the future. And Russia is continuing, to sever that ties and continue to take a stand on the issue that has to do with Ukraine. So it's a good one, yes, because the deal will be properly stated. And there's one thing we must give to Vladimir Putin. Yes, Chinese interest in Africa, Russian interest in Africa, will liberate the neocolonization agenda that has been rooted by these people. They call colonial masters, talking about the man who's already spearheading, the European and the Western world, gang up against African rights.
Okay, now let me even bring this angle, because we have seen so many videos, not of Israeli citizens saying Igbos are our brothers. The video is unending. I saw a video recently where the Jewish citizens were saying that they came to Nigeria to meet with their brothers, and unfortunately they were rounded up by DSS and apprehended.
Yes, of course. The fact is that the connection there is very deep. There's no doubt about it. And we have seen the history so far. And we also understand the need for us to recognize the people of the ancient Israelis that are called the Hebrews. The ancient Hebrews are blacks. And first has revealed that those ancient Hebrews are part of the people who are known or recognized as lost tribe of Israel. There is lost tribe of Israel. Because if you look at the first invasion of Israel between Samaria and Judah, as at that time, the first invasion was by the Assyrians, present-day Syria.
Okay, but because of the area you just go, perhaps you're already aware, this is all over the media, that if you go to Israeli websites, they have Igbos in that website as the lost tribe of Israel, and it's very prominent in their website. How is the news of that country?
Yes, it has always been there, ab initio, and that is why you cannot find Israeli embassy anywhere in Nigeria apart from the eastern part of the country, this very moment. And Israel has continued to identify with the Biafra struggle. This also tells you that at any point in time, you see the IPOB members all over the world, even those who are celebrating May 30, you only see 3 flags there. You see Israeli flag, you see American flag, and you see the Biafra flag. These 3 flags signifies the brotherhood. These 3 ties signifies identity. These 3 ties signifies genealogy. These 3 flags signifies the source.
So what we are doing in NSS is sighting of Israeli embassy in Ebola is strategic by Israel government.
Yes, it's strategic because
it's not by mistake.
Yeah, it's not by mistake because Israel is always prone to any form of attack anytime, and they need to locate their embassy in a place where it will be protected.
In the midst of their brother.
Yes, in the midst. That's what it means. It's the midst of their brother. So that was why they choose to locate their put their embassy somewhere in the east. But the fact something that we must take away from is that I remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu house was invaded, and after some time, where did we see him?
He made appearance.
He made appearance at the Western Wall. And if you look at it, as I'm talking to you now, the present Israeli government, Benjamin Netanyahu, knows a lot about Biafra. His aides, his workers, both current and ex, has been speaking about Biafra in different fora. But anybody that is telling you that the Igbo, it's not even the Igbo that wrote that they are the Jewish people. Not the Igbos. The Igbos have the culture, a culture and tradition that was bequeathed to them by their forefathers. I can tell you, I can mention two in the Bible I know. I know of Ezra to be an Igbo man. I know about Jeremiah in the Bible to be an Igbo man. And I know the reason why, if you go to Uri, go and Google it. If you go to Uri Kingdom today,
I'm talking about archaeological.
yes, you go to Uri Kingdom. There's something that made them Eri and Uri. But I will not tell you. That is why you see the cross of David in everything they put on.
That even reminds me, let me even bring this angle, because in the declaration of Biafra that happened some time ago in Latin Finland, the Israeli citizen that spoke that day said what excited him is the Star of David in Biafra flag.
Of course, he's a very clear
thing. My brother.
Yes, sir. Of course, he's a very clear thing. They know how they can deny it. But you see, the people that came and said, these people are behaving like the ancient Jews. They are not the Igbo people that wrote it. It was the Portuguese that wrote it, not we.
That is fact finding.
And people can cross-check. And that is why they decided to name the first kingdom on earth. To kill. See, that name, Biafra, did not come from the Igbo people. I don't know why people are just saying Ojuku, Ojuku, Ojuku. No, it wasn't Ojuku. Is significant to the first kingdom that houses so many kingdoms. The name of that kingdom as at that time is Biafra. People will not do this. They can't go and find out. So, but what we're saying in essence is this: 3 countries that we will not sever our ties with already. Israel has given us that recognition already. Morally, verbally, and otherwise. And we know that we have the capacity and the ingenuity to transform Biafra and Africa. Just one nation, just one sovereignty called Biafra can do that. So, and we need to build ties. And Russia have shown a lot of interest. Thank God for what Russia is doing in Africa currently now, because they know at the end of the day that if Africa rises today, check out how many countries that are in Africa. Check out where, if those countries emerge a superpower tomorrow, because of, they have decided to disarm themselves of this new colonization system. To do that. And America as a nation have the power to decolonize any nation, to decolonize Africa. If they feel they can do it. And that is why, you can see the build-up within Donald Trump. Everything is pro-Biafra.
I wanted to even ask you this, concerning Susan, of course, who was a lobbyist to Nnamdi Kanu himself. His strategic position in Trump's government, I think it's a plus to the struggle.
But just to alert you, Trump has just appointed another one, Mercy McCarthy, who is a childhood friend to Dr. Ngozi Obrabeze, serving now currently under Trump administration. So
what is bringing the all experts to Biafra?
The thing is that something that I think the congressmen need to have a clear fact check on Biafra. They need to do their finding on Biafra, and they need to start talking about diplomatic ties and solutions on how to properly recognize Biafra and make Biafra a sovereign nation, a recognized sovereign nation where the whole world will embrace. So these things, that is the reason why the Biafra Washington embassy was launched on the 30th of May, yesterday, just very close to the White House there, and what does that tells you? It tells you that that will be a closer channel for people to come close, and begin to deliberate on diplomatic issues on how to handle about Biafra.
I wanted to even break that down because we have seen trending video the launching of that Biafra embassy in Washington DC. This is a groundbreaking event. This is historic. This is iconic. Of course, Biafra has taken over.
Of course, every citizen in America and Europe and in West Africa and in the West, precisely, that is where everything will be taken care of. Every meeting that has to do with diplomacy, relationship, sealing of ties, treaties will have to take place there, and that is why we have that embassy there. So it will help a long way to establish, diplomatic ties, diplomatic relationship, diplomatic discussions that will be centered on a proper way, to recognize and kickstart Biafra as a sovereign nation.
So it's strategic, and of course, it's going to be a meeting point for Biafra activities going forward.
Yes, it will be celebrated all over the world. I can tell you the number of congressmen that stormed the Washington Embassy Biafra yesterday, to declare it, officially open. So Nigeria is already, upset with that revelation that happened yesterday, and so many things are. You can see what is actually playing around now. Biafra is getting popular. You can see. I can tell you, as at yesterday,